Welcome to Vedakarna. Today, we'll explore an amazing production working hours analysis dashboard designed to provide a detailed overview of employee work performance. This dashboard is perfect for managing and analyzing workforce data efficiently. Here's a quick overview of the dashboard. Key metrics such as total employees, total worked hours, shortfall hours, overtime hours, and planned hours are displayed at the top for easy reference. A breakdown of division-wise work distribution, showcasing planned versus worked hours in various categories. Next, job title and gender distribution chart highlights the distribution of roles and gender balance across the organization. On the right, overtime worked hours by employee, providing insights into individual contributions. A detailed employee-wise earnings line graph for understanding the earnings distribution within the workforce. A city-wise overtime earnings chart, offering a clear picture of overtime compensation by location. Finally, a budget versus earnings by comparison across divisions for monitoring financial alignment. That's an overview of the dashboard. Now, let's dive into how to create this dashboard step by step. Let's start by preparing the data. First, rename the worksheet as Data. Then go to the Home ribbon, select the data range, and click on Format as Table. Select any one table design. Go to the View tab, select Freeze Panes, and choose Freeze Top Row. Now, as scroll down, the header row will remain visible. Remove grid lines for a cleaner view by deselecting the Grid Lines option under the View tab. Let's build a pivot table to analyze the data. Go to the Insert tab and click on Pivot Table. Select the data range and choose to place the pivot table in a new worksheet. Rename the worksheet as Pivot. Next, we will create a pivot table for key metrics. Drag worked hours, amount earned, unworked hours, unworked amount, overtime hours, overtime amount, allocated budget, and planned hours to the values area. Uncheck grid lines for a cleaner view. Give header-like key metrics. Adjust the font size, color, and alignment. Copy the first pivot table and paste it for Create Pivot Tables for chart to analyze the data set. Create a division-wise work distribution table. In the pivot table, fields pane drag planned hours and worked hours to the values area. Drag division to the rows area. Next, create a count by gender table. Drag gender into the row area and count of gender into the values area. Align the pivot tables neatly. The title, Count by Gender. Then, another pivot table title, Division-wise Work Distribution. Next, job title and gender distribution table. In the pivot table fields, pane drag job title to the rows area. Drag count of ID to the values area. And gender to the columns area. Next, create a overtime hours by employees table. In the pivot table fields, pane overtime hours to the values area. Drag employee name to the rows area. Next, Employee-Wise Earnings Table. In the Pivot Table Fields pane, Employee Name to the Rows area. Drag Amount Earned to the Values area. Next, City-Wise Overtime Earnings Table. In the Pivot Table Fields pane, drag City to the Rows area. Drag Overtime Amount to the Values area. Next, Budget versus Earnings by Division Table. In the Pivot Table Fields pane, drag Division to the Rows area. Drag Allocated Budget and Amount Earned to the Values area. We have the total values for male and female in this table. You can remove the pivot table. Align the pivot tables neatly. For key metrics, create another table below using Pivot Table. To give headers, apply borders for the table view. Finally, apply the $sign format to display currency values correctly. Create another table below using Pivot Table, Count by Gender, and equals Get Pivot Data function to link values, to give headers. Apply 0.0 K format for showing of values in thousands. Let's move on to designing the dashboard layout. Add a new sheet, rename the sheet to Dashboard for clarity. In the View menu, uncheck Grid Lines for a clean workspace. Insert a background shape, Illustrations, Shapes, and choose a rectangular shape. Change the shape fill color to the desired color and remove the outline. Apply a shadow effect. Set the size of the shape. Set proper position alignment. And repeat the process for additional shapes. Copy-paste it to the desired location. Adding dashboard icon and title. Insert a text box and type Production Working Hours Analysis Dashboard. Apply no fill and outline to the shape. Adding refresh icon and zoom icon. Inserting key metrics. Add a text box. Total employees. Making the text bold, size 13, and centered. Let's add gender icons for male and female counts. Insert values for male and female counts from the pivot table. Insert values for total employees from the pivot table. And next metrics like total work hours and earned hours. Repeat the process for additional shapes. Next, shortfall hours, shortfall amount. Repeat the process. Next, overtime hours, overtime amount. Repeat the process. Planned hours, allocated budget. Repeat the process. Align these sections properly. Next, insert chart for division-wise work distribution. Choose Pivot Table from the Insert menu. Select Recommended Chart. Choose the chart type clustered column. Cut the chart. Paste it. Resize the chart. Chart customization. Hide all items such as field labels. Legend customization. Right-click the legend and place it at the bottom. Right-click the grid lines and choose Delete to remove them. Add data labels by right-clicking the chart. Positioning data labels for better clarity. Set gap width 100%. Series overlap 0%. Select your preferred chart color. Chart title, Division-wise work distribution. Make sure it's centered and formatted. If necessary, change the font Calibri, make adjustments to size and format. Outline to no fill. Next, insert chart for job title and gender distribution. Go to Insert, Recommended Charts. Choose the radar chart. Customization. Follow similar steps. Right-click to hide unwanted items. Place the legend at the bottom. Add labels. Align with the overall design. Adjust data labels for clarity. Ensure the color. Provide a title like Job Title and Gender Distribution. Next, insert chart for overtime worked hours by employee. Insert an area chart, cut and paste it. Right-click and remove unnecessary items. Apply a shadow effect to enhance the appearance. Apply color. And add data labels. Adjust the size and position of the chart. Change the font size, positioning, and formatting for readability. Provide a title like Overtime Worked Hours by Employee. Next, insert chart for Employee-wise earnings. Insert a line chart from Recommended Charts. Remove unnecessary items and add data labels. Resize the chart. Then change line thickness. Set line width 3.5. Under marker option, change type and increase size 8. Select a color scheme for markers and line. Provide a title like Employee-wise earnings. Remove shape fills and outlines for a clean look. Next, insert chart for City-wise overtime earnings. Choose a clustered bar chart. Cut and paste it. Remove any unnecessary chart items. Add data labels. Adjust size and positioning. Then set gap width 25%. Apply color each bar section. Add shadow effects for a more polished look. Add a title, City-wise overtime earnings. Move the labels to a clear position and format them for clarity. Next, insert chart for Budget versus Earnings Division. Go to Insert, choose a clustered stacked area chart. Cut and paste it. Apply color each section. Remove any unnecessary chart items. Place the legend at the bottom. Adjust size and positioning. Add data labels. Add shadow effects for a more polished look. Add a title, Budget versus Earnings Division. Move the labels to a clear position and format them for clarity. Let's adding slicers. Go back to the pivot table, go to Insert, Slicer, and choose the fields for slicing City and Division. Cut and paste the slicers into the dashboard. Resize and position them neatly. Right-click the slicer, choose Report Connections, and link it to all the pivot tables on your dashboard. At Slicer Settings, click Hide Items with no data. Now, our slicer setup is complete. Then assign Macro Data Refresh icon. Let's assign Zoom Macro for Dashboard Screen icon. Adjust the view by clicking the Zoom buttons for a full screen, or click again. For Zoomed Out Refresh icon, when clicked, it will refresh all the data. That completes the Production Working Hours Analysis dashboard. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more tutorials.